I didn't play Valorant until I saw ISO's trailer, and I thought that was the coolest ever. So a little backstory about me. I grew up playing FPS games my whole life, but only on the Xbox and PlayStation like Halo and Call of Duty. So Valorant is my first PC FPS. I've never played any FPS games on keyboard and mouse. And I'm also deaf in my left ear. So that means I can't hear any surrounding sounds, footsteps, or gunshots. So unless I see the enemy with my eyes, I do not know where they are. So I have to play this game on mono settings. So with that said, let's start. And the first thing I did was buy ISO for $10, which I highly regret because I don't even play him anymore. I was pretty lost when I first played this game. I'm used to just like straight team deathmatches. I also was not used to how quick you die in these games. One tap to the head and it's over. And here's my first kill ever. Quite proud. For a long time, the crosshair didn't bother me because this is basically the crosshair that you use in Call of Duty. It wasn't until much later that I realized smaller crosshairs are actually better for this game. Also, all my settings were default, like whatever, you know, the sense. So day one was just basically all kills that were similar to this. Miss a bunch of shots, ton of body shots, get hyped over one kill. I finally changed my crosshair at day 4, but it didn't really help that much actually. Like my aim was still very bad, had no crosshair placements. And it wasn't until day 4 that I start using my util a little bit more. On the 5th day, I actually upgraded my mouse pad, so giving me much more room to move my mouse. Originally, mine was much smaller. I'm not 100% sure it, you know, made me a much better player, but I felt like it helped me a little bit more. So day 7 was when I realized that the default sense was actually way too fast. I was just way too used to like games having default sense to be slow, so I thought default was actually slow. Not the other way around, where slower is better. I actually felt like my training weights were off. I felt like my aim had an instant improvement since I lowered my sense. Like overall, I just felt less jittery. But I was still mainly hitting only body shots. And day 8 was when I felt like I was slowly getting the hang of Valorant. I would stop spraying less, and I start tap firing a little bit more. But as you can see, I still didn't really know when to tap fire. I just tap fire all my shots. I was using util a little bit more as usual. And I still had no awareness of the map, of course. Like people sneak up on me for kills, it still happens to this day. And day 13 was when I finally did my first placement matches. I actually thought my aim got a little bit better by now. And day 14, I finally unlocked my rank. Which was Iron 3. Day 15, where I finally first played my Iron games. It still feels the same, you know, I get a kill, I die. Still body shotting people. Not much has changed since. This is day 19, where I've been using my util a bit more, my crosshair a little bit more comfortable. And also the day I got to Bronze 1. Day 20, I finally started a new agent. I was a little bit tired of using ISO over and over. But my util still wasn't the best. This was day 42, and I was still stuck at Bronze 1. I feel like my aim has gotten a little bit better as well, but still making a lot of careless mistakes like that. This is day 43. This is when I started playing the game every single day. Because before this day, I used to play the game about 2 or 3 times a week. Because I had to split my time between other games I play and stream and edit. But now I just focus on this game completely. And it made a lot of difference playing this game every day because I felt like my progress was actually continuing. Instead of every single time I come back, I was just like making up for what I lost. This is day 53, where I'm still the same rank, but I've been playing a lot more Sentinel around this time because I felt like it was able to help me watch out for corners and flanks because I can't really hear anyone coming up from those areas, so it kind of helped with my disability. But I also felt like it was a bad way to learn to play the game, to be so passive. Day 57, I was still playing Sentinel, but different Sentinels now. Shots are getting a little bit better again, but still needs work. And this was also the day I finally got to Bronze 2. Took quite a while. This is day 60, which is a special day, because when Clove came out. And Clove actually made me play more aggressive. So instead of waiting for enemies to come to me, I went to them, which I thought helped me a lot more. This is day 65. I've been playing Clove more than any other agent at this time. At that point, it's basically my main. They were making me play so much better. And I was able to get so much RR in that short amount of time. And also around this time is when I start getting used to, like, you know, where players might be. I predict where they might go. Like, I know, like, oh, these are common areas that you have to always watch out for. This day 67, where I basically feel like I'm better than the average bronze player. Like, I start becoming more comfortable with my aim, the guns I use. I basically carry myself into silver. This is day 71, where I have the biggest shocker of all time. Basically, I had a 144Hz monitor for the past 4 years. So I thought all my games were automatically 144Hz. But in reality, I didn't know the monitor, you have to manually change it to 144. So these past 4 years, every game I've been playing was actually at 60Hz. And the difference was day and night. I could not believe how much more smooth the game is. But that doesn't mean I just became a god because now I play at 144Hz. I was still having the same problem as before, you know? Not great shots, and like that, guy was shooting me in the back the entire time, but because I couldn't hear it, I didn't even know. This is day 76, where I was doing so bad in silver lobbies that I thought, like, you know what, I'm just gonna try to D-rank because I'm not having fun in these lobbies anymore. So I thought the best way to D-rank was just to play a duelist. So I started insta-locking Jett every game. But instead of D-ranking, I ended up getting MVP. So I started playing Jett non-stop from this point. And I think my confidence was at an all-time high when I started playing Jett. I was taking more fights. I was making riskier plays that I would have never done if I was like playing more passive. And within a day or two, I was so close to Silver 2 from just insta-locking Jett. Day 80, I don't know what happened, but all of my confidence and my aim is gone. Making a lot of bad plays as well. It kind of reverted me back to my passive playstyle again, which was no good. Basically got carried to Silver 2 because I did not deserve to win that game. I was playing so bad. This is day 85. I'm still Silver 2. My aim is a little bit jittery here. And my crosshair still needs a little bit more help. Like, I'm still placing it where I think the head is, but it's still a little off. Next game, someone insta-locked Jett, so I had to pick Reyna, which I wasn't very comfortable using. Yeah, as you can tell, like, I use my util a little bit slow. I have to think about it. Day 90, maybe tiny bits of improvement, but still making very bad mistakes like that. But I tend to freak out a little bit less around this time. Like, I take my time to line up headshots. But it's still win-lose, win-lose. Like, I can't get a win streak going on. So still stuck in Silver 2 for a while. We're gonna skip to day 97 because all the other days before that, I felt like there was no change at all. It's just a bunch of win-loses with no improvement. Felt like my aim was a little bit better here, but I was still making common mistakes, like not checking that corner. I was actually pretty proud of this clip right here, because like I didn't freak out the entire time. Some body shots, not the best moments. But I still ended up dying there. This game was so bad, and I could not for the life of me win any gunfights this game. But this was also the game where I basically almost got to Silver 3. I would just needed 4 more RR. But you know how that story goes. And that brings us to day 100, which was yesterday. If this was just like 30 days earlier, I probably would have spammed all my bullets the second I saw them, instead of taking my time. And there was another instance where I couldn't hear if it was left or right, so I had to check both corners. I couldn't hold down any angles. And of course, we lose this one, when I was very close to Silver 3. This was another instance where I start checking my corners more often, staying calm the entire time. But again, it's lose, win, lose, win. The last game of my day 100, I decided to go Deadlock because I was kind of bored of using all the same characters over and over. I don't even know if those walls were good or not, because I've actually never seen it work. I was like placing these sound sensors where I think enemies might show up. I was hoping like if they fight me there, it'll trigger and then I have an upper hand, but it never really worked in my favor. Oh yeah, and every single time I use my ult, I miss. I don't know how it works. I actually don't think Deadlock is meant for me. I basically cost us the game because I was bottom fragging the entire game. Deadlock was not for me. And that was my last game. Just win, lose again. So I am officially Hardstuck Silver 2. So at the end of day 100, I am level 59 and I'm Silver 2 with 23 RR, where I'm currently Hardstuck. I've asked a couple of friends who are much higher ranked than me to kind of coach me around to see what I can do better. So hopefully by the end of this act, I can at least be Silver 3. And that'll be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you guys want to see a more in-depth look at my 100-day journey, I actually made a playlist for that. So I'll leave the link in the comments below.